Attempt to make a top-down fire. So what I have done is put 3 large pieces of wood in the bottom of the fire, 2 pieces of, well, mid-sized wood in the next layer, and then a lot of kindling on top of that. I've buried a fire starter down at the bottom of the fire. So the idea is that the fire starter is going to combust the kindling that's at the top, and then as it gets hotter and burns, that it will burn the layer below and fall in, and burn the layer below and fall in, and we'll have this whole thing combusted. Alright, so if this works, we can almost completely light this oven without ever having to touch the fire, but just this one time. So here's my new match. Get the fire starter to start the kindling, and we'll see if this works. Alright, we'll be back in a couple of minutes and we'll see how we've done. Okay, so far so good. The kindling has caught. The fire starter is still going. Yeah, the kindling is really caught. So now we're going to see if the kindling is going to get hot enough to catch the next layer as it falls in, which and hopefully in turn will catch the bottom layer, and we'll just light the whole thing with one match and never having to touch it. Well, we'll see. I'll be back. Okay, how cool is this? I haven't touched it yet. The kindling definitely caught. The middle tier definitely catching. And in fact, enough hot ash and maybe the fire starter has fallen through that the 2 logs on the bottom have even caught. So we're in 10-15 minutes. We're well on our way to firing the oven. And yeah, it looks like the top-down fire is definitely working. Alright, I'll be back in a while. Okay, well, where do we stand? The kindling's all caught and fallen through. The middle tier definitely has caught and is actually, well, almost starting to fall in. The bottom layer is completely caught. Still haven't touched the fire. I don't think we're even at the 30-minute mark yet, so we are still looking very good. I think we can almost call this a wrap. I'll come back one more time. Maybe when the bottom layer is pretty much fully combusted. I'm going to put a couple more pieces of wood on the fire. I'm baking bread today, so I want to drive a lot of heat into the oven. And maybe I'll even video how my bread goes. So anyways, I'll be back one more time and we'll see how this wraps up. Thanks! Well, this is the end of this video. What a great experiment this has been. As you can see, everything has combusted and burned. The dome of the oven is completely white. In fact, you can even see white creeping into the vent area where that area is fully fired. I'm going to be baking bread now, so I'm going to throw a couple of more logs on to really drive the heat up in this oven, put the door on. But you know, hey, everybody in the forum, thank you very much. This is a great recommendation, and I will never make a fire a different way ever again. Thanks a lot. Okay, I just wanted to make one more brief point before we wrap up this video. You can see I've added 2 extra logs to really fire the oven for retained heat for baking bread, which I'm going to be doing later. And as you can see, this oven is pretty much, you know, extremely hot. It's well above 900 degrees in the dome and on the floor. Even the vent landing area that faces inside the oven is even into the high 700s. But what's interesting is if I were to come over now to the side of my Primavera oven and touch the side of the dome, you'll find that it's basically, well, it's not even warm. It's essentially room temperature. And if I were to do a reading on the side of the oven, yeah, I see the side where I'm looking at right now, it's 109 degrees, which is, you know, a hot day, but it certainly doesn't even feel warm to the touch. So I'm done. Thanks a lot.